Okay, in this video we're going to take a Phanteks Enthoo Pro full tower case, and we're going to put it with a, in the case we're going to go with a MSI Pro Z790-P with Wi-Fi. And we got some Corsair DDR5 32 gigabyte, running at 6400 megahertz. Got a Core i5. This is our USB 3 and 2, and we got our CPU cooler over there. Got the SC225XT from ID Cooling. That's a big unit. I really didn't want to go with the water cooling, so I went ahead and went with the double fan. On the power, we got EVGA 600 GD. I guess that's 600 gold. Okay, need to order you plenty. If you're doing a build like this, you need to order plenty of SATA power wires and cable connectors. Just buy 5 of each. Buy something like that. Go up into the optical drives. That's the power wire. Okay, in this build I will have some used parts in here. This is used, but it just looks like brand new. EVGA. That's GeForce GX 970. Now this is about 10 years old. When they first came out around $335, something like that. Not real sure on that, but so I think that'll be a nice unit. Now I'm mainly building this for this channel for editing. Now I got this off of Amazon, and I'll show you the box. Okay, you can see that it's a gaming bundle. Pro Z790-P with Wi-Fi, DDR5, Intel Core i5. This is the bundle I got off of Amazon. That's what all it's got in it. But you can buy these bundles on Amazon and get a pretty good deal on them. Oh, this is an amazing case right here. I mean, it's got so many drives. It's perfect for somebody who wants to do video editing, because you need lots of drives. Hard drives, solid state drives, lots of room for storage. First thing we're going to do, we're going to flash the BIOS on this. It's real easy to do when it's just the motherboard. All it takes is a motherboard, power supply, and a flash drive. So I'll get all this cleared off and I'll be right back. I'll get everything plugged in, ready to go. That's a close-up look at that. Now, I got this on Amazon too. It's all kind of, when you plug it in cameras and all that kind of stuff, it's nice to have. Plenty of USB plug-ins. Okay, I got everything all plugged in. Got the power supply over here on the box. So we're going to flash the BIOS on this. Okay, here's the I/O plate. See that gray box down there? I'm not going to put this on because I can push the BIOS button a whole lot easier with that thing off of there. So it's right next to the BIOS reset button. Right there in the gray box. So push that in here. Okay, we got it in there. Okay, everything's plugged in. Got your ATX plug-in back here. You got two over here by your CPU. Got them plugged in. Now what we got to do is turn on the power supply and hit the reset button. So here we go. Okay, power supply is on. I'll hit the reset button for about 3 seconds. 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. Okay, it clicked. See a red light back here? It's flashing on the flash drive. Everything's looking good. My closest plug-in was a UPS, so if the power did happen to go out, we'd still be safe. If your power goes out while you're doing this, then you could basically ruin your motherboard. This will take about 5, 6, 7 minutes, something like that. You need to go to MSI, figure out what motherboard you have, whether it's this one or the gaming board, or it could be, they got so many of them, couldn't even name them all. But make sure you got the right BIOS to go with it. But there is all kind of videos on the internet about how to flash your BIOS on the MSI motherboards. So if you need to know how to load up your flash drive, then you can probably go to one of them. This is mainly just going to be for a build. I mean, I could spend 10-15 minutes just showing you how to load the thumb drive up. But I'm going to try to keep this video under an hour. 45 minutes to an hour. Got a lot to do yet. We're flashing this motherboard with no CPU in it, no memory. It does have an M2 card in it. I did put that in there. I took it out of the package and it was so delicate, I went ahead and installed it. Okay, it kicked off and it kicked back on. So apparently it's done. Just got one red light back here. One red light, and this is all done flashing. So we are done. This board is ready to go. This was the BIOS update for 6/20/24. So it's very up to date. This board took it, no problem. So this board is ready to go. So I'm going to power this thing down, get it all unplugged, and I'm going to stick this board back in the box. And I think first thing we're going to do is install the power supply. We might test fit the motherboard first, make sure we have all of our standoffs all in the right spot, and put the I/O plate on. May go ahead and we're just going to test fit it. We're not going to install it. Just going to make sure it's all ready to go, and then we'll install the power supply. Get all them cables all routed right. So we'll be right back. Okay, it's fitting real nice in this case. I still need to check the center screw holes there. Everything on the outside looks pretty good. One's on the left is there. One's on the right. Up through the middle. So this is just a test fit. Okay, it's sit right down in there. This hole right down here, right beside the RAM, that's got a screw hole right there. So we're all good to go. So I'm going to pull this back out of here, put the I/O plate on it, and then we can install the power supply. Kind of show you this case as I go. Power supply goes right under this cover. Got open space in the back of your motherboard so you can get to your cooling parts. Over here is where your optical drives and stuff goes. I'm going to put in a hot swap for a hard drive. Right down here is for your solid state drives. Got 2 of them on there now. The old cases only had 1. The other side is where all your hard drives go. So I'll show you all that later. Just kind of show you as I go. I'll go ahead and put the I/O plate on there and I'll show you. Okay, right here's where the power supply is going to go. Be working on that here shortly. Come on down here, got the I/O plate on. Right down there where your flash BIOS is what we just did earlier. Your flash BIOS button. Right here's your big fans. That's the back fan. You got a bigger one that goes in the front. Yeah, these cases are amazing. I'll tell you, I couldn't find anything I like better. For somebody who likes to do video editing, it's also built for gaming. You'd have to get a better GPU, graphics card, for it to be a good gaming system. That thing only has like 4 gigs of memory on it, so it's kind of slow for today's technology, but that's going to be great for what I need it for. Okay, it's looking good. So the next step I'll have to take this cage off here, undo that, and then I can put the power supply in there. So I'll do that real quick. Okay, we took that part out of the case. Now it's all empty here. It's all wide open now. So we'll get that power supply in here, and I'll show you how to stick that in there. Okay, you see the fan on the power supply? You see the holes right there, and right here in the screen, you want to have it facing that direction, because if you had it flipped over facing that, you wouldn't get no airflow. You got to keep that in mind. It might only go in one way. I don't know. I haven't even tried it the other way. But yeah, we're gonna line up on that screw and this screw, that screw, and that screw. So I'll get them put in. I'll be right back. Okay, I got the power supply all in. All the screws in it. Now we can put that plate back in here. The majority of them will go right down through here. That'll be on the back panel. That way it's a nice clean install in here. So I'm going to shove all them through the hole there. Then we'll put this panel back on. So I'll be right back. Okay, there's the power supply. All ran into the back panel. Nice and clean. Then we'll put on the cover. Okay, the cover's on. You still got holes right here that you can bring out your graphics card power. Okay, I still got to put the screws on back there in the back. We'll get it flipped around. I'll be right back. Okay, here's the back side. Look at all them drive bays. Optical drives up in there. Here's all your hard drives. I'm going to have probably the majority of them filled up. Okay, here's your fan header. CPU fan goes in there. So I'll just have to wait till I get some drives in here to kind of put these in there, because they need to go right down through the middle. Then I can start tying them off. Put the main ATX connector in the back here. Up here is for your CPU power. Down here is for the, right over here is for the graphics card. Flip it around and I'll show you. Okay, there's your ATX connector. And then here's your PCIe connector. So you have them plug in down here low on your motherboard. That's for your CPU power. Got two of them. I'll see if I can't clean that up a little bit. Get that plastic off there, it would look better. And I got two solid state drives. They're both used, both Samsung. Get them put on there. Got my Windows 10. Got it cloned over. So that was the big relief getting that done. I made 2 copies of it. Now the Dell computer that I've been using, I'm just going to leave that copy on that one, on that machine, and I'll bring a solid state drive over here that I'm running now, and that'll be for this computer. The only thing I'll have to do, you're going to have to buy you another copy of Windows. You'll have to re-register it when you do that. When you clone your hard drive, you're going to have to re-register that Windows, because Windows is going to see a completely different computer, and it's not going to like it. So you're going to have to put in that code for your Windows. I just happen to have one, so that's good. Okay, now we're going to put in the processor. This is where you need to be very, very careful. Okay, this goes back many years. This is what the processors used to look like. See, they had the pins out on the outside here. That's pretty tough. It'd take a lot to bend one. But these in here, there's so many of them, they're so small, they bend very easily. You gotta be very careful on that. So keep that in mind. You need to do this process when there's no one around, no distractions. We're going to take it just like this. See how it needs to go in there. This is your corner here, and this is your corner over here. We're going to raise this up, open it up, grab it. This is where you do not want to drop it. Set it down in there. Okay, sit down in there. Okay, now it's sit down in there good. You can see it won't move around good. It won't move around now. Just sit right down in there. Close that down. This thing should pop right out of there. Okay, get that out of there. Now I'm gonna put this down on there tight. Okay, now the processor's in there. No, don't have to worry about that now. Now we're going to start working on the cooling fan. Need to put in the back plate. So I need to find my fan and stuff. Gonna put on the back plate right here. Flip it over. Fit right through here. It's ID cooling. Gonna put this one in. Have to unbox it and see what all we got. Get out your little white box. And it's that frame right there. There should be another packet in there. There's an LGA 1700. Gonna need that. And these right here, one of them's for AMD. The curved ones here are for AMD. So I put them on the side. Need the straight ones. Okay, we'll go ahead and stick this in there. Okay, now we've got all of our studs sticking up there. We'll take our LGA 1700. That's for that socket right there. Stick them on there. They're just about the right. Got to be a certain spacing on it. Now I should have had all this taken off. Should have already had this taken out, but okay. Now we'll get our other parts. These right here. And it looks like we need to put on these big pieces right there. Okay, now we'll put in our rails here. The stud sticking up here. Let's stick on our nuts here. Okay, now we're going to see how that's going to fit. I'm not going to put it on yet. I just want to see how it's going to fit. And don't forget to peel off your plastic here. Get it sit down on there. Okay, that was screwed down nicely. We'll loosen that back up a little bit. Okay, that's a nice test fit. That's going to work good. We get it in the case, then we'll put this back on with the paste and pull the plastic off of it. Just want to do a test fit, just like we did on the motherboard. That's going to work good. You just don't want this thing to fall over and hit nothing. Okay, we're good. Okay, I think I'm going to set up and we're gonna move stuff around. We're gonna get ready to install this into the case. So I'll be right back. Okay, got the case set up here. Now I need you to find your screws here. Okay, your motherboard screws are going to be right here in the middle. The little short ones there. I already test fitted one of them. See, here's all of our, you got standoffs here, 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 there, there, and there. So you got two here. The ram's going to go right in this area. So we got two here, one here, and your bottom one's here. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's not too bad. You get familiar with it, now we're ready to stick it in there. Kind of tilt it towards your I/O plate. Let's go down a little bit. Make sure you got all your wires kind of out of the way. Now I was going to take some real close-up shots of this, the edge of these, edge of that motherboard, so I could refer back to it if you need to I believe it's on there. We'll try a screw and see. These should be magnetic. See if we can't get one to stick in there. Yep, stick gonna stay. Okay, got one there, one there, one there. Then up here on your top side. So I'm going to put all these in and I'll be right back. You just got a row here, and a row there. Okay, all of our motherboard screws are in. Now you want to get all this plugged in before you put on put on your big cooling fan there. You don't want all that in the way. So now we're going to start plugging stuff in. We'll start right here with this big ATX connector here. Okay, I think it's in there good. Okay, this here's for the graphic card. I'm going to have to set this thing up, go to the back side so I can start running my wires through. Okay, these CPU power, I just barely had enough. I think I'm still going to have a difficult time plugging them in. Really don't want them running through here, but I think we'll get it. See, these got to turn all the way around. It's only, this power supply's only got 4 times 4. You plug it into a 8-pin connector. So you plug it down on the bottom side of it. Okay, I got that one. They're both plugged in good. I think that's going to be fine. Yeah, it just goes right behind it right there. That looks good. This PCIe, it'll go up here on your graphics board. Now we'll pull in some power on and reset switch and all that now. Okay, now we're going to start working on power switch, hard drive, or power LED and power hard drive LED. Figure out where they go. Well, let's work on the CPU. Here's a wire for that. Just plug in the CPU fan right here. I believe it'll go all the way to the top. Have to double check. Okay, you can see that wire right there. Motherboard CPU fan. See, it goes right into that one right there. CPU fan right there. There's your pump fan and system fan. It says it connected to the CPU fan. That way it'll all be run on BIOS. It can keep it. You'll be able to keep your fans running slow when you're not doing much. When you're gaming or something, then it'll kick on and really get going. You better look at that. Yeah, that's gonna be alright. I wish I could have went through the rubber area there, but it was so tight right there. Okay, we got the. I'll show you again on that header. Right there, CPU fan. That's your fan header. All these other fans goes to the case fans. This power that goes down right here, right to there. That's a SATA connector. And if you hook that up to power, your fans are going to run full blast all the time. It says, please consult your manual before connecting this cable. 12-volt power input. .12-volt input. Yeah, we're not going to connect this one. This one goes right over here to the other side here. We're plugging in the CPU fan. That's already plugged in. So your fans that comes off your cooling, these fans right here. It goes to your CPU cooler. They will plug in right back here. Not on the motherboard, right back there. You got probably down here on the bottom. You got fan 5, 6, 4, fan 1 and 2. So yeah, it's just a power header for all your fan motors. So okay, we're good with this for a while. We're gonna get all these connected. See, this one is HD audio. We'll get all that connected. That'll go on the front panel. Get some more of these connected. Try to pretty well get all this connected up here pretty quick. So I'm going to sort some wires out and I'll shoot them over to the other side and we'll get them hooked up to the motherboard. So I'll be right back. Okay, this USB in this top cover, we got going in behind the case. We got it coming out right here at the bottom of the motherboard. This will plug in right here. Okay, there's where it's plugged in at. That's your top USB 3 plugged in right there. We got another one right over here. Right there, that's going to go on the one on the front cover. I'll show you here in a bit. Okay, the very corner of your board, JFP1. You got your, right here's, you can go off of this too. Hard drive LED. You gotta get your plus and minuses right too. Got your power LED, got your power switch, reset switch. Now, I haven't seen that yet. This must be in another reset switch. Where's that at? Okay, reset switch. I'll have to bring that one around. I don't have that one hooked up yet. But I have that's the connectors you're looking for right there. They could be separate or they could be all together, plug in all at once. But I've got the power LED hooked up, the power switch hooked up, the hard drive LED hooked up with the plus and minus right, and now I gotta look for the reset switch. It must be on a separate wire. Okay, we found a reset switch, and it goes right, see the bottom 3 down there, it goes on pin 1 and 2 from your left, right next to the hard drive. Right there's a reset switch. So you leave a pin to the right. You got your hard drive LED, reset switch goes right beside it. So I'll get that installed. Okay, that's what she looked like right there. Okay, here's our HD audio. See it right there. Okay, there's our audio connected. Okay, we got one more. Might as well grab it and get it connected. Okay, this is what we're going to put in next. Upside down. It's a card reader. USB. USB 3. Type C Gen 2. USB-C. The orange one over there, it's just power only. It's not a data connector. So you just want to charge your phone, that'd be a good one to connect onto. So we got all these connectors here. We'll work on that next. That's a SATA connector. And then some USBs. USB 3. We'll get all this connected and we'll be pretty much done with all your connections. Okay, we got them connected. USB 3 and USB-C. Got them connected. That goes to the front panel there. That goes to that. Okay, now we got a couple more USB to got to connect. Connect them right down below there. Right in the center of the screen there. So I'll connect them and I'll be right back. Okay, we have the USBs connected. We can, I think we'll start on the CPU cooler next. It's about where we're at next. I think we're going to go to the back side of the case here and we're going to do some cable management. See if we can't get a lot of it straightened up. This here goes on the PCIe. It'll go on the graphics card. So everything is pretty well done. Everything's plugged in, ready to go. So like I say, we're going to go on the back side and we'll do some cable management. We'll see if we can't get that thing straightened up a little bit. Okay, now we're going to start working on the CPU cooler. You get to this point, you need to figure out which way you want your air to go. We want it to go this way, out the back fan here. So we got all that set up, got them stacked over here. So I know how to install them. I did get some black zip ties and put over here on this USB-C wire that I'm not going to be using. It goes on the front panel that you got to flip up. I've already got one down below that I've already got plugged in over here, right here. It goes into the 5 1/4 drive area. Okay, we're going to get some grease on here. And this is the way I've always done it. Nope, I'm not done. That looks like a bit too much. I like covering it, the whole area. Take my finger and just smooth it all out. If that will lay out good. Some pastes will lay out better than others. This is kind of pretty thick. So I think it'll squeeze up the rest of the way. That will cover every bit of it. Okay, now we're going to get our cooling fan. Don't forget to take your sticker off here. Gotta take that off. By all means, don't drop this thing. Set this thing down on there. Tighten it up. Okay, this fan is blowing out, so we want both these fans. This is a dual fan unit blowing that way. We don't want it this one blowing out and this one blowing this way. It just have a mess going on in here. So I got these set up. You see these supports right here, it's coming out that way. That's exhaust side. Well, there's no supports on that side. That's the input side. That's where the air's coming in. So now, it's gonna sit in there like that. Okay, we got that one. Okay, that one snapped in. That one's good to go. See your supports be going that way. You're gonna do a push-pull. This one's gonna be turned around the other way. I already had these set up. Have your wires sticking out like that. We'll get them put away here shortly. See your front of it right here. The air's coming out this way. So it's going to be coming right straight through, right out the back of the case. Okay, got that one snap in. And this one just fell out. Come over here, stick it back in the holes here. Right on the other side of that wire there. Okay, that one snapped in. These are good to go. I want to run these wires right through the top up here. I'm going to plug them into cooling fan, the header. We got all them connections on the back of it. It's looking good. Yeah, I did run a couple SATA data cables right here. It goes up here at the top, and I did put in one of these. It's got jumpers on. Got more SATA power cables. That goes up here at the top, so I got power and data up here at the top up here for your. Going to put in a Blu-ray player, and going to do a quick hard drive. What do you call them? A quick change hard drive, where you just stick it in, and you'll see later in the video. But it's now we're ready to stick in the GPU. So I got to figure out what's going to go. Okay, it's going to go right in here. So I need to take out these two. Leave two, take out two. That's what I need to do. So I'll get that done real quick. Now try not to drop your screws on the motherboard. Okay. Now pull these two plates out. Okay. Okay, it's going to work. We'll get our power plugged in here. And I'm starting to sweat. I don't want to drip anything on the motherboard or anything. So I'll go ahead and put my screws back in. Okay, we've got that. We get our power plugged in. And there's one. There's two, and we got the little one here. Got that one. Cables are kind of twisted up. I don't know how we can make it look any better. Okay, I put in a solid state drive. This is a very small one. It's just going to be for storage. My main SATA drive is going to go right here. Or my main solid state drive is going to go right here. Got all kind of regular hard drives I'm going to put in it. Hard drives are good for long-term storage. So that's good to know. Put your data on there and pull it out of the machine, and it'll last for decades. Okay, I think we're pretty well done. Now I'm still waiting on a Blu-ray drive. It goes up in the top. Oh, it's getting heavier and heavier, huh? Okay, I hope I got enough light over here. Maybe I better turn this thing. That's probably a lot better. Give me a little bit more light on the subject here. Okay, here's our fan headers. Here's our two fans that we just connected onto the CPU cooler. So I think we're going to put them right here on top. Bins are, looks like they're kind of short. Okay, we'll get the next one. Okay, that just connected the two CPU fans. Looking good. Yeah, I've got one hard drive here, another one down here. Got them connected. I still got to put a data cable on it. I probably got two more drives I'm going to put in this. I may not have them all hooked up because I may not have the plug-ins for it. I got enough room for one more plug-in. It's only a 200 gig hard drive that's just got a bunch of video and pictures on it, so that one's not really necessary. I got to make room for my, I got two 4 terabyte, two 4 terabyte drives that I'm going to stick in there. That's going to be for my storage. Okay, this thing's about ready to plug in. Show you back here on the back panel here. There's the graphics card down there. Took it no problem. You got your old style monitor connection, and they got probably HDMI, and probably got a display connection in there. Okay, looks like a display, and HDMI. Not sure what that last one is. Okay, I still got to put on my Wi-Fi antennas here. But this is just the way we need it right here. That fan be coming in this side, blowing through, right straight on out. Got a big fan here on the front. Big fan right there. It's gonna be blowing out. Everything's gonna be blowing out. We get lots of good air circulation. Yeah, this case is just exactly what I needed. Gonna have a Blu-ray player here at the top. I got all these connectors right here done. The only thing that's not hooked up is this one right here, USB-C. So all this is all hooked up. Them there's all hooked up. I can just put a little sticker over that. But I'm gonna be using this one down here anyway. This one right here. Connect my phone to it. You got all kind of USBs here. I got the card reader up here at the top. That's what I was wanting, something like that. I didn't want to have to flip this thing up every time I wanted to use USB. I was glad I had a couple of connectors so I can connect 4 of the blue USB 3, that one, and then there too. So okay, I'm gonna get all the panels put back on and gonna get ready to fire this thing up. Okay, this is the computer I'm using now. It's my old Dell. I think it's a Dell 970. Been a good one. This is what I was talking about right here. Hot swap for the hard drives. That's going to go in the middle bay. That's nice to have when you want to test a hard drive, copy hard drive over. And this here is just a CD burner, DVD burner. That's an Optiplex 790. That's been a good computer, but I'm ready to get on to this next one, I'll tell you. Okay, I thought I'd show you that real quick. And ready to get this thing hooked up, and we'll go into BIOS and see what settings we need to look at. Okay, I was about ready to put all the covers back on and look over on my desk. What did I see? We haven't put in the memory yet. It's not going to work without it. So we got 2 of these. See if we can't line it up here. Just like that. Snap. Snap. Okay, these need to go both the same direction. And you do need to skip one. Channel 1, channel 2 in the back. You don't want to put them side by side. You do, you're going to be, it's not going to run near as fast. Okay, looks good. Snap. Snap. Okay, got a gap between it. Looks good. Now we can get our covers put back on. I knew was forgetting something. Okay, here's a quick video of the back of the unit. All the different cables. It just has a back section in it. Makes the front section look so much more better. More better, you know. Yeah, I got that second little compartment in the back. I just noticed that. There's another spot for a solid state drive. So you can have 3 of them in here. Just have to buy the little piece that it fits in. And there's another one down there, I think. Sure looks like it. Still got 2 more in the back. Cool. I doubt if I ever have that many, but it's good to know that you got them if you need them. I'm going to be using lots of hard drives. I know they're not as fast, but mainly going to be for video and long-term storage. Every video that I put out on this channel will be in storage. Okay, let's get the covers back on. Let's see if we can't fire this thing up. Okay, first startup. I'm not sure if the power supply is turned on yet. We'll go ahead and try it and see. Nope. Okay, first startup. I got it powered on. Got the power supply turned on. Oh wow. Okay, we got the yellow light on the DDR RAM on the debug. I couldn't get past that. And this is the memory that I put in it. Vengeance RGB DDR5 by Corsair, 32 gigabyte. I thought it was pretty cool, but if it's not going to work, so I got this one over here. I got the DDR5 by Crucial. $32. Just got in the mail. Thought I was gonna have to wait another 2-3 days. Just got in the mail today. So we're gonna try it out. See if it's gonna fix it. We'll be right back. Okay, I'm gonna turn this on. Got the memory installed there. Just got one single stick there. Gonna see if it'll get past the DRAM. Turn it on. Now what's it at? Like it's on CPU or something? Oh well, always something, huh? Okay, I'll have to give that one a look. Okay, this update on the fan header here. I took the power wire, you see right there, disconnect the CPU fan first, because I was having trouble with it it's all turned off in the BIOS and it won't kick on. And my CPU and stuff was getting warm, so I took that power that you see right there that I said not to use, and I ran it over here to, there's your 12-volt input, and put into a SATA power connector. Now the fans run just as soon as you turn it on. They're not real loud. They're not as loud as I thought they was going to be. So I think I'm just going to leave it this way until I figure out how to turn the fans on. You want to make sure you unplug that CPU fan right there just like it is before you plug in your power on your. You don't want to have this thing, what I'm saying is you don't want to have it double powered. If you do, you don't want to run power back out to your board. It might not do that, but this is just to make sure that it won't do that. Okay, that's just an update on your fan powers. I'm going to get this cover on. Now we're going to, that new memory worked. So I'm going to get this cover back on. We're going to set it down here where it's going to go. And we're going to start going through the BIOS and some more, and see if we can't get this thing to boot up on Windows. Yeah, it's going through the steps now, so we're almost there. Okay, now that we got the compatible memory that goes in here, we'll boot this thing up. Now keep in mind, when you boot this up for the first time after you build it, it will take a little bit of time. It'll go through the boot sequence. Maybe 1 or 2 times it'll shut down, it'll start back up, so be very patient with it when you turn it on for the first time. Okay, here we go on this one. Start it up. Okay, you see it go through the boot sequence, and it's boot up and ready to go. If you happen to have uncompatible memory in there, then it will stick on DRAM. It won't go any further. That's where it'll stay. You'll have to find you some memory that'll work with it. Okay, once it goes through all the boot sequence and you build a new computer, it will be stuck on the last one. It'll be stuck on boot. Okay, this is the next step you need to do. Now is when you need to get a bootable flash drive. It's got Windows 10 on it. This you stick in your USB drive, and it'll boot right straight to this disk, right straight to this flash drive. Otherwise, it's going to be stuck on your computer's going to be stuck on boot, and you can't figure out why it won't go anywhere. Now I have put in a copy of my old disk, my old hard drive, and it was running so slow, so I went ahead and just did a clean copy of Windows 10. There were some programs on there I was wanting to save, but I'm just going to have to basically run both computers. Okay, now we're going to go into the BIOS, show you what that looks like. Okay, this is the BIOS. Here's our CPU speed right here, 3.70 gigahertz. DDR5 speed is 6,000 megahertz. This is some more of your information over here. Now this is an i5. Okay, we'll go here to settings. Yeah, right here's your XMP and your CPU. You do overdrive, that's your easy overdrive. XMP for your memory. And your settings here. System status. We got the M2 one slot right here. We got team. That's only a 512 megabyte. It's only half a terabyte. And that's for the software. That's for the Windows 10. Got it right there on the M2 card. Okay, we'll go back to settings again. You got advanced. You got PCIe, integrated, you got your boot sequence, where you can enable fast boot if you want. And then save and exit. Here's your overclocking, expert mode, CPU cooler tuning. It's where you raise your settings on your CPU, DRAM. There's memory. Try it. All your different settings on that. M-Flash is when you want to flash your BIOS. It's just another way of doing it. I would rather do it, put your BIOS on a flash drive. You just hit the flash button on the back of your computer. Okay, here's your hardware monitor. This is where you set up your fans and stuff. See, I got my smart fan clicked right there, but I still can't get it to run. It's on auto. I don't know if it's something I don't have set up right, or I just got it plugged into the SATA power connector and have it running, all fans running all the time. Wherever you turn it on, it comes on. Okay, here's your pumps, your systems. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. CPU socket, system, get back out of that. There's your overclocking, profile 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Security. Secure boot. Up here is where you set up your it's in easy mode. You just, if you want your DVD, move it forward. Hard drive, move it forward, however you want to do it. Now I've got my Blu-ray put in now, so I'm going to go ahead and move that forward, and that way it'll boot to a disk drive before it'll try the hard drive. That's the way you want it. Okay, I'll show you we've got a couple more computer parts in. I'll show you that real quick. But there's 3 wows whenever you build a computer. The first wow is when you first see your BIOS. The second wow is whenever you put this flash drive in and boot to Windows. That's your second wow. On your third wow is when you put in this disk. This comes with the motherboard. This CD disk. It's your Intel motherboard, drivers, and utilities. DVD-ROM. This will get you on the internet. Okay, I'll get out of this. Okay, we got that lit up. We're going to take that back off. Okay, now we're going to get back out of here. Okay, all these programs right here came on, except for the Microsoft Edge. All these came on that black disc right there. Okay, this is your CPU ID. Gives you information on your CPU. I just wish it was a little bit bigger. It needs to be a little bit bigger so you can see it easier. Kind of small. This tells about the Intel Core i5, socket 1700, LGA, all the information on it. Main board, memory, graphics board, but that's what that program does. Now we'll go here to this is where you do your automatic overclock, where you really want to get, if you're really into gaming, you really want to get that thing going good. That's what that program's for. Go into settings, you can go into advanced view. Like a pretty neat program. Okay, now we're going to do the MSI display. Okay, if you got three monitors, you want to set them up like this or like that, two side by side, one above you, one below you, three monitors like that. That's the way you set up your monitors. Color setting, tools. pretty neat. That's on your MSI display kit. Okay, I really haven't messed around much with this. It's a trial version. AID A64 Extreme trial version. Your computer, motherboard, operating system, display. I'm not sure what it does. Probably never use it. But that was in with the programs. Okay, now I'm going to show you the latest two parts that came with the computer that just came in. Okay, this thing right here. Stick your hard drive in there. Makes a hot swap. See, it connects up to your SATA power and your data. Okay, here's a better look at it. Got the 1 terabyte hard drive in it. Pull that latch open right there and pulls your hard drive right out of it. That's so you can swap hard drives real easy. Okay, on this computer you can see the Blu-ray display right here. Got that installed. Got all this installed. Okay, I got it pushed in, ready to install. Got to put a screw on it. Right down there. Got a power button right there. That's for your hard drives. So I'll get that hooked up real quick. Got to put a screw over here on the side of it. Get that installed. Okay, the only thing I got left to do on this computer now is get my hard drives figured out. I got this 1 terabyte right here I want to put in it. Now I got a 4 terabyte I want to put in it. So that's the only 2 hard drives I'm going to put in it for now. I do have the M2 card in there. So this computer is pretty well done. It's running good. So if you got any questions, put them down below and I'll see if I can answer them. But this was, except for the fact I got the wrong memory, this is a pretty easy build. Really well. When you put in the wrong memory, then you say, oh no, I've done messed up and it ain't gonna work now. You got all that money in the equipment, then it won't even start up. So okay, I guess I'm going to wrap up this video. Like I say, if you got any questions, just put them down below and I'll get them answered. And thanks for watching. Okay, the top one is the Blu-ray player. Got it all hooked up. And the bottom one is the hard drive quick connect. A hot swap. Got that all hooked up. So other than the hard drives, we're all done.